Mike Griffiths, Director of Rincon Resources, a geologist and Director of the company. And basically I look after the day-to-day running of the exploration side of the company. Rincon's a ASX listed company. It's probably only 5 or 6 years old, so it's quite young. And it's a gold-focused company with most of it, in fact, all of its assets in Western Australia. We've got 4 projects. We've got the Telfer South project, which starts at about 10 kilometres just south of the Telfer gold mine. We've got the West Arunta project, which is obviously away to the east on the Enya Arunta zone, and that's actually an IOCG project. We have the Crackerbox project, which is all gold in a really interesting location about 100 kilometres north of Meekatharra. And we also have our Laverton package, which is in the Eastern Goldfields and one of the traditional gold places of the state. Yeah, so we've really focused our attention on the Telfer package. I think that's fair to say that's where we see the greatest opportunity for the company. And we've done a 1 drill program which closed out in the end of September. And that was just 14 holes, but very targeted to try and extend the strike length of a deposit that was defined in February this year and increase the MRE, and also to see if we could extend the strike both north and south and at depth. And at the same time, a few drill holes within the known mineralisation to actually extend it down dip as well. So, and that all that work has come back now, and it's very exciting, I've got to say. So the next steps for us are to do a revised mineral resource estimate, which will be first quarter next year. And then in addition to that, I'm doing some preliminary metallurgical work because we've got about 35,000 ounces, which isn't a big number, but there's a very hungry plant not far away from us that produces just lots of gold, at Greatland Gold there. So the idea of doing the met work is that we'll be doing a similar metallurgical test work as what they use in their production, so that we know and we can fold it into our MRE what sort of recoveries and things we might get as part of our next phase. And then we'll be in a position to go back there and drill it within the ore body again and try and extend it further. Plus the other half of the MRE is another small deposit which I haven't done any work on since we did the MRE, and that's also going to be our focus next year. Yes, 2 parts to that. We've also just completed a mobile MT geophysical survey over that whole block, and that's because in the past a lot of these areas were explored by the Newmonts and the Newcrests and others. And what happens now is that with the new technology, that mobile MT can actually penetrate down to about 1,000 metres, which means that then we've got an idea as to what the potential feed is coming up through the crust to our small deposit. And so then we're going to use that information to target other areas within the immediate vicinity so we can actually start trying to build a greater package. Well, I think there's a couple of facets to that. One is very experienced management, pat myself on the back, and the rest of the directors are all well-oiled. We've been in the business a long time. So you're going to get people who are very focused on value for shareholders. The second thing is, being where we are in the Patterson means that we've got a really good opportunity to expand on what we have, and because it's an expensive place to work. We all know that. But if you do it right, you can actually make it a reasonably affordable project. And then we've also got our other project, which I'm very keen to get some drilling in, which is a Crackerbox, just 100 kilometres north of Meekatharra. Just a fabulous geological location. I don't want to get too excited because a lot of investors don't want geos being too excited, but I can tell you now that there's at least 200 metres of continuous mineralisation that needs to be drilled. And it's already got some holes in it, so I know it's there, and we just got to flush it out. So that's where we're going to be next year. I know how not to make that mistake again. And that's why I think having some old heads is a really good part to invest in, because we're focused on what we need to do to add value to shareholders.